Hey everybody, welcome back. This is Phil, and today we're talking about Haikyuu To The Top. It's finally back, episode 14, and it's called Rhythm. It's the first episode of the second cour now, and a few things have been changing. So we got new OP, new ending, and also we're in the match against Inarizaki against Karasuno, and we're gonna be finding out a lot of information about the Miya twins, how they play, about their personalities a little bit, and some of the other characters too, also on the team. But it's been a difficult game so far. So the main thing, it's episode 14 called Rhythm, and the main issue Karasuno's having, is that the Inarizaki team is controlling the whole flow of the game, and they're doing that with means inside the court and also without. So a few of the ways they're doing that is, of course, the main thing was the cheering squad from Inarizaki, and they're changing the beats and changing the rhythm, especially during the serves from Karasuno. But also through the gameplay, they're doing it from quick serves, and then Miya Atsumu is doing it from like first touch sets, excuse me, and Osamu is doing it from his serve is doing the opposite. Instead of serving it right away at the whistle, he waits the whole time to serve, and that's just why they're throwing off Karasuno and getting every little advantage. So Karasuno feels uncomfortable the whole time they're playing against them, and it's a constant struggle. It starts off with a recap. It's the badass serve from Miya, where he makes the band stop and he does it. And then we're getting back and forth from the teams, different scoring, different players showing up. We get Hinata's learning how to use his boom jump, and Kageyama's trying to get accustomed to how he's playing in the different flows. So he knows there's going to be a new contact point with him, and that might be a struggle later on in a few episodes of him not being able to match the positioning he's used to with Hinata. Hopefully he gets that fixed up. And Miya's like controlling the court. He's going ahead of his players on his team, even though they're calling it. He's doing his his first touch sets, and him and Aran have really good chemistry, because Aran's he's the black character, and he's able to he's fast and he's powerful. His serves are good, his spikes are really good, and it looks like he works really well with Miya Atsumu. So Atsumu is the one with the blonde hair, and Osamu is the one with like the brownish, light brown hair. And then we get some more back and forth, and Hinata and Kageyama shows off their quick attack, and they called it a slide attack from the announcer. So there's probably some different variations in the way it can be called, but Hoshiumi was noticeably bothered by that. Not like he was mad or anything, but he was just so shocked that someone that was so like annoying to him is also a good player, and he was just, I guess, more surprised than anything that Hinata was able to pull off something that smooth and good. And of course the whole crowd went crazy, and the announcers were really praising Kageyama and Hinata, both first years, and how much they've played. And they've even said that's not something that a normal high school team can do. And as soon as Miya saw that, he's like, oh, that's super cool. He's like, that's freaking cool. And then his brother, I'm gonna call Miya the main Miya, the blonde one. He's gonna be Miya. And Osamu, he's like, Miya Atsumu regresses like 5 years in age, like the way he acts. He was acting like a kid. He was just so excited to see the play and to see it up close. And it's like his personality was more childlike and friendly during this episode. It was pretty cool to see that, because it's a complete different way of how he is when he's serving and stuff. So the main thing of the episode is Inarizaki's cheering squad is like controlling the rhythm. So first, what they start is like different. Like they start off with a slow beat, and then it slowly gets faster and faster and faster. And having played sports before, I played like football and soccer. So when the cheering gets like that, I've had it happen before. I can't remember exactly when, but what it does is it makes your heart beat faster, and then it feels like as it's going faster and faster and faster, it's like putting pressure on you to serve or like perform at the pace or at the time that the cheering squad wants you to, and it might not be what you're used to while you're playing and what you're comfortable with. So it throws off the players, and it doesn't give them, it just makes them feel uncomfortable, and it puts a lot of pressure on them. And what was happening during the match with Inarizaki, the cheer squad was controlling that beat, and then also the audience that was watching, I guess they weren't doing it like maliciously or anything, but they got involved. They started clapping too along with the beat, and they were just being like supportive. That's what they think. They don't know that it's affecting the players in the way that in a negative way for the team that's serving. So that's what ends up happening, and that's like a huge issue with them. I know Kageyama messed up his first serve, and then he like fumbled it, and then Miya. That's when Miya showed off his like perfect first step that he did. And what it is like he gets in the position right when he can serve the ball, and he's able to. He has plenty of time to see where his players are and what the best play would be for him. And everyone was impressed by that. All the other people watching. And the way that the coach described it is that they're using sound and time to expand their territory, and it just shows you that they're pretty much controlling the pace of the game and taking over Karasuno. And it's just the first set so far, so we're not. It looks like it's looking like they're gonna lose. I think it was like 10-7 towards the end of the game, and it's not looking good for Karasuno right now. So they end up calling a timeout, and during that timeout, the Inarizaki coach says to Miya Atsumu that his first serve was off. So that crazy, really powerful serve where he stopped the band, that wasn't even like his best. So that's what we were guessing before the court ended. So on this next one, we're probably going to see even more 100% serve that Miya can do. So this is about halfway point in the episode, and then Tanaka's sister shows up. Saiko, she's this short blonde hair girl, and she shows up with these taiko drums and then a bunch of people with flute, and then they had some other kind of drums that I saw. There's just these big loud drum that they brought in, and she came in with like at least 8, like close to 10 people it looked like. And her reasoning wasn't just out of the blue, which I really appreciated, because it was a coincidence that it was great for this game that she was here. But the reason she did that was because during the Shiratorizawa game against Wakatoshi, their cheering squad was overpowering them, Karasuno's, and you couldn't really hear anything. So she did that to kind of get back and give her team a better, being able to give them support when they need it. That was the main thing she wanted. And she's pretty much said that they're here there to help, but it's up to the players to progress forward. Like it's up to them to actually beat the other team, and they're just there for support. And Hinata and Nishinoya were like super happy that she was here. Like they're gonna die from the awesomeness is what they said, and they are always like crazy for her. And any of the girls really, they're always happy when anything happens. So right now it's gonna be a battle of the sound and of the cheering squad pretty much for right now. And they did do it. It was noticeable during Hinata's serve when they first tried, and that's when Tanaka's sister and her taiko drums were able to support them and fix what was happening. So Hinata, well, calm them down. What was happening? So Hinata's about to serve, and seeing how he was playing really well. And Hoshiyumi was like waiting. Bokuto was waiting. They're like, what kind of serve is he gonna do? Like this really great pair. Is he gonna do a spike serve? Is he gonna do a jump float? And then he just does like the regular, like throw up and hit, just standing there, like a regular basic spike or a basic serve. And they were all disappointed. And when that happens, Inarizaki takes advantage and they do like a quick spike. And Hinata, due to the whole first core, he was able to read the other players, and he's using that now. But I guess he wasn't quick enough, or he didn't get his hands there in position. So when they spiked the ball down, he received it, but it hit his foot. So like it barely saved it, and it bounced off, and he was really embarrassed, and people were laughing at him. But he was able to save it, and it's after that point, Inarizaki's turn to serve again, and it's Miya Atsumu up for the serving. And then they called it a dual-wielder, where the coach said he can do a spike serve and a jump float, which is really scary. Because and then the players were freaking out, like, how are we going to know which one to be ready for? It's like he's pretty much going to be able to do whatever he wants to us during his serves. And during the coach watching replays and different games from Miya, he says that the spike serve is 6 steps and the jump float is 4 steps when he's preparing to do the serve. So right from the beginning, I think Miya realizes that they're aware of his positioning. So he does a jump float, and I think he was trying to make a statement. He's like, even though you know what I'm gonna do, I'm so good that I can do whatever I want anyway. Like it doesn't even matter if you know what I'm gonna do. Because he did the jump float and he did it like really quick, and it was right into Nishinoya's face. So he like barely stopped it from hitting him, but he still like knocked it back out of the court. And Inarizaki got the point. That was when they saw. It was like from the promo video before the season started. That's when we saw like that really dark face from Miya. You can tell like he's trying to win now. He's trying to make a point that he's better than Karasuno. So yeah. So after that serve, he talks to his brother Osamu, and he says, "We can't miss a chance to score." And he's like, "Am I right?" I guess his brothers, they have an understanding of what that means. And after they do that during his next float jump, I think he hit it on purpose. He hit it in a way purposely that Karasuno could receive it, but not very well. they hit it back over, and then they get the set from a first touch from another guy, and then Miya, they go real quick into this really cool animation, and it goes slow, and then Miya does like this perfect set, and it's a quick attack just like Kageyama's and Hinata's, like almost exactly. That's how everyone was describing it as, and everybody was shocked. And they scored that point. It was pretty much across the whole court the way they did it. So he was on the left side, and then Atsumu was on the left side, and he set it to his brother Osamu, the brown hair guy, and then he scored. So it was just crazy seeing that, because now they have a bunch of they're placing a team has a attack pattern similar to them, and it doesn't seem like they're really focused too much on defense, because it looks like both teams are able to score almost whenever they want to. Like, they're able to score, and it's not super powerful like Datako's defense or anything. It's not like the Iron Wall, but it's gonna be crazy. Like if this is gonna be, I think it's gonna probably be this game the rest of the season, and we're gonna get the end of it towards the 12th episode, because I don't know how long it's gonna take, but it might be a long arc if it's takes that kind of pacing, same as the Shiratorizawa game. But either way, it was a really great episode. It was like it was really enjoyable. I'm happy to see it back, able to talk about it every week again. And next week it's going to be episode 15 called Found, and we're really excited to see that one. And hopefully we can get some more gameplay for sure. And we'll see how Karasuno is going to handle the quick attack from Inarizaki. So thank y'all for listening. Thank y'all for watching. Y'all have a great day, and I'll see y'all next time. Peace.